I thank you for coming from your home to here. My name is Irene Eckart, and we're going to see, I think, one of the best movies that came out of the 70s, The China Syndrome.
Tonight's screening of the 1979 film The China Syndrome, part of the summer film series at the Harbor Fields Library in Greenlawn, brings fans of movies and of film historian Irene Eckart.
The first thing I always ask you, you know me now, most people know, how did you feel about the film? When you walk out of here, how did you feel? And then you can tell me about the other things, the editing, the music, the camera shots. I had come from Italy when I was 5 or 6 years old, so it was kind of, and no one spoke English at home, so the nuns at school thought one of the best ways I could learn was go to a Saturday matinee. So I grew up on movies.
Eckart presents films and leads discussions at libraries and theaters around Long Island, where she has attracted a loyal following of fans of all generations.
I was a social studies teacher for 36, 37 years. After my children left for college, I decided to go into the city to take courses on films, on movies, and so forth at the new School for Social Research on 12th Street. And I started to develop kinds of programs around the courses taught. The China Syndrome, when it first came out, it was a good film, but 12 days later, we had a case. Remember the 3 Mile Island case?
Irene does her homework. She comes with a lesson plan. She's innovative, creative, funny. She loves film, and she brings her love of film to many of us. It's not only seniors that come. Many of her following now are young, and people come from all over. Even her sidekick, she had a young assistant. If you say, "How is Mrs. Eckart?" his eyes light up.
Irene's been highly influential in my life. When I was younger and I was trying to find a job, she used to take me and bring me to see films all the time. I ended up assisting her at a lot of library showings, and she just has always been a mentor to me. She taught me a lot about film.
How do you feel about a film? Because a film is a visual experience. It should do something to you emotionally, despite the topic. What is a film? A film is visual. They should, to some extent, relate to some parts of your life. You know, in terms of what you pick or select as a film to see, or just even trying something out. What makes it is that you are an audience. You are a viewer of what life is like. And you could see it from different points of view. You can see it to entertain you. You could see it as a dreamlike thing. You could see it as I don't know, an objective, something you can aspire to. You could see it as a relaxation mode. Film can fulfill a lot of needs in people.
She's just wonderful. She opens everybody's eyes about film. You don't have to be a film maven, as some of my colleagues might say. She allows you to become a follower of the film.
I think why people love her so much is because her enthusiasm and her passion for film and for starting a conversation is so contagious that you can't help but want to be in the room with her, because when you see a film through her eyes, you want to know why she cares so much about starting a conversation about a film.
Sometimes the only time we have peace in the world is when you have a war, and then, you know, you negotiate a peace. No, you don't want that.
That personality, that love of life, not only film, comes forth, and you wind up loving her like she is your friend for ages. Her love of life comes through her love of film.
I always made a promise that if I ever am in a position to get Irene to show at another place, that I would. Surprisingly so, I ended up working at the Cinema Arts Center in Huntington, which is Irene's hometown and her favorite movie theater, and I've brought her to the cinema, and now she's been showing an Italian film series there for over a year, so it's really special.
It's been a wonderful venue for me to meet all these people that I wouldn't have met, you know, unless we've had this experience of seeing these films.
I think Irene is so special because it's not an age thing. It's not a generational thing. It's not a woman or man thing. I think it's an individual personality that has an impact on people because of her love for film and for presenting her research and for enlightening an audience and for talking about film. I mean, I think she's so lovable, and I think that's why she always draws a big crowd. People just love being around her. I think that's a testament to her personality and her character.
For Push Pause in Greenlawn, this is Greg Blank.
It's a deterrent if you could use it carefully and use it wisely. Use for energy, use for